Good morning, students. This is Anuj, Government Department of English. Today we will discuss a very important poetic form, dramatic monologue. First we will discuss from your textbook, and I read it for you. Dramatic monologue is a kind of lyric poem in which there is a single speaker who is not the poet. Okay, dramatic monologue is a kind of lyric poem. Lyric, we have discussed that lyric is a short poem that is musical by nature. Okay, so dramatic monologue is a kind of lyric poem in which there is a single speaker who is not the poet. He utters the speech which makes up the whole of the poem in a specific situation at a crucial moment. The speaker of a dramatic monologue utters it when his life is conflict ridden. It's a very critical moment in his life. Okay, this person or speaker addresses and interacts with the silent interlocutor whose role and reactions are inferred from the speaker's words. In the course of his speech, the speaker reveals his temperament and character to the reader. Now see, till now we have read that dramatic monologue, as the word indicates, monologue, mono means one, log, speech. So monologue, it is the speech of a single person in the presence of a listener, and the listener is silent. In the presence of a silent listener, you can say, and the reactions of the listener are also conveyed by the speech of the speaker himself. The speaker himself tells us that yes, there is the presence of a listener also, and the listener is silent. The listener is saying nothing. His ideas are conveyed through the speech of the speaker himself. Okay. Now see, next, dramatic monologue is a genre that was perfected by Robert Browning. Okay, dramatic monologue, it is a genre that was perfected by Robert Browning, means it was used in many poems by Robert Browning, and Robert Browning made this form very popular. Okay, self-revelation is the hallmark of a dramatic monologue. Self-revelation is the hallmark of a dramatic monologue. See, this is the main feature of a dramatic monologue, that a character or speaker reveals himself or herself through it. In the course of his or her speech, the speaker reveals herself or himself. For example, the Italian Renaissance Duke in My Last Duchess. This is the poem that is prescribed in your syllabus, My Last Duchess, who is addressing the envoy of a prospective father-in-law, confesses to the murder of the wife he is hoping to replace. The Duke begins by engaging the reader's attention and ends by condemning himself. Okay, this is the brief story of the poem My Last Duchess. Dramatic monologue needs to be distinguished. Now see here, we will study the difference between a dramatic monologue and a dramatic lyric. Okay, dramatic monologue needs to be distinguished from dramatic lyric, which is also a monologue uttered in an identifiable situation at a dramatic moment. The focus of interest in dramatic lyric is on the speaker's elaborate argument rather than on the character inadvertently revealing himself or herself in the course of argument. Now see, the basic difference between a dramatic lyric and a dramatic monologue is that the focus in the dramatic monologue is upon the character. Okay, character reveals or speaker reveals himself or herself. But the focus in a dramatic lyric is not on the character but on the elaborate argument. Okay. In short, we can understand a dramatic monologue, that dramatic monologue is the speech of a single person in the presence of a silent listener whose reactions are also conveyed through the speech of the speaker. Okay, it's dramatic. Why it is called dramatic? It is called dramatic because it opens up, or dramatic monologue opens up at a very crucial juncture in the life of the speaker. Especially a dramatic monologue opens or a poem begins when the mind of the speaker is conflict ridden. Okay, you know, conflict ridden, there are we can students, now let us discuss dramatic monologue with another poem, Last Ride Together. This poem is also written by Browning. Here, in this poem, there is a lover. He is rejected by his beloved. The speaker is a lover who is rejected by his beloved, or you can say he is a dejected and rejected lover. So when the poem opens, the mind of the lover is conflict ridden because of the rejection of the beloved. Here the lover is the single speaker and the beloved is a silent listener. The lover speaks and elaborates, or we can say, and reveals his mind, the state of his mind. Okay, after the rejection of the beloved, the presence of the beloved is indicated through the speech of the lover, and the reactions of the beloved are also conveyed through the speech of the lover. Okay, in this poem the lover requests his beloved to have a last ride together. He accepts the decision of the beloved, but he requests her to have a last ride together. Okay.